Sigma INFJ personality type explained 10 shocking traits. The INFJ personality type is one of the rarest in the Myers-Briggs type indicator MBTI, making up less than 2% of the population. They are often called the advocate or counselor. A Sigma is an nonconformist, independent personality that doesn't rely on social hierarchies to feel confident or find success. Let me repeat that again. A Sigma is a nonconformist, independent personality that doesn't rely on social hierarchies to feel confident or find success. Unlike alphas or betas, Sigmas follow their own rules and live on their own terms. When these two powerful identities merge, Sigma and INFJ, you get a complex, highly intelligent, emotionally deep, and fiercely independent personality. Sigma INFJ often confuse others because they blend emotional insight with calculated detachment. They are introverted yet charismatic, empathetic yet private, and rebellious yet purposeful. Now, let's look at the shocking traits that define Sigma INFJ, with each trait explored. Now, the first trait of a Sigma INFJ is lone wolves with a purpose. Sigma INFJ crave solitude, not because they dislike people, but because they need alone time to recharge and process the emotional energy they absorb from others. Unlike regular introverts, Sigma INFJ, they isolate with purpose. They retreat to strategize. They reflect on their vision for the world or create something meaningful, be it writing, activism, or innovation. This withdrawal isn't apathy, it's alignment. Sigma INFJ are reclusive, not due to fear or avoidance, but because solitude is their sanctuary for clarity and transformation. The other shocking trait of a Sigma INFJ is their deep emotional intelligence mixed with stoicism. Sigma INFJ possesses a powerful combination of emotional depth and mental control. They can sense what others feel before a word is spoken. However, unlike typical empaths, they rarely show their own emotions outwardly. They process their feelings internally, appearing calm or even cold when deeply affected. This stoicism often shocks people. How can someone so empathetic also seem detached? It's a form of emotional mastery that allows them to act rather than react. One of the most shocking traits is that Sigma INFJ are mysterious. They are mysteries, even to themselves. Their layered personalities evolve constantly, making them unpredictable. Others may find it difficult to figure out, but they are often equally puzzled by their shifting moods, sudden insights, or bursts of passion. This internal mystery makes them avid seekers. They explore philosophy, psychology, or spirituality not just to understand the world but to understand themselves. Sigma INFJ can blend into any social environment but almost never feel at home in crowds. They don't crave attention or validation, and small talk bores them. The Sigma INFJ, they are highly selective about whom they allow into their inner world. Once you are in, you experience unmatched loyalty and depth, but most never get that close. Despite this social detachment, they are surprisingly good at reading people and can form strong, authentic bonds when the right person comes along. They are rebels with a cause. INFJ are idealists, but Sigma INFJ take this further. They challenge systems. They are not content with just understanding the world. They want to change it. So what shocks many is how fiercely they oppose injustice. Quiet in demeanor but radical in purpose, they can become fearless activists, artists, or disruptors. They're the type to leave a corporate job overnight, to fight for human rights, or move to a remote location to start a meaningful life from scratch. The other shocking trait of a Sigma INFJ is that they're strategic yet intuitive thinkers. Sigma INFJ don't rely on logic alone. Their introverted intuition gives them a vision-like way of thinking, and they often predict outcomes with uncanny accuracy. They blend this foresight with strategic planning, making them powerful thinkers. They can see both the ideal future and the practical steps to reach it. This mix of intuition and intellect often baffles others. How do they always seem one step ahead? It's not magic, it is the Sigma INFJ internal compass at work. The seventh trait, shocking trait of a Sigma INFJ is that they are masters of controlled chaos. Sigma INFJ often live with some form of internal chaos, a whirlwind of thoughts, feelings, and ideas. But they rarely let it show externally. They channel this inner storm into creativity or insight, using it as a forge for personal growth and transformation rather than distraction. This ability to remain composed amid emotional or situational chaos often makes them appear unshakable, even when their inner world is anything but. Number 8 shocking trait of Sigma NFJ is their visionaries. They are visionaries with a minimalist lifestyle. Sigma INFJ are often drawn to minimalism, not just in possessions, but in commitments, relationships, and distractions. They don't want more, they want meaning. They'll shed anything that doesn't align with their purpose, even if it means going against the grain. This can come across as extreme or even antisocial, but for the Sigma NFJ, it's about curating a life that reflects their inner values, not society's expectations. The Sigma INFJ, number 9 shocking trait, is that they are fiercely independent, yet deeply loyal. They don't need anyone, but when they choose to let someone in, their loyalty is unwavering. This paradox often leaves the others confused. They may disappear for weeks and still care deeply. Their loyalty isn't loud, it is quiet, committed, and often unconditional to the few who've earned it. This Sigma NFJ, with this trait of them being fiercely independent yet deeply loyal, this trait makes them simultaneously the hardest to get close to and the most meaningful connection one could ever experience. And the 10th shocking trait of a Sigma NFJ is that they are silent revolutionaries. Sigma NFJ don't need a spotlight to change the world. They often do their best work behind the scenes, coaching, mentoring, writing, or creating silently. Their revolutions are internal, emotional, and philosophical before they ever become public actions. They aren't loud, but they are profoundly impactful. In a world of noise, the Sigma NFJ is the quiet voice that changes everything. Their power isn't in dominance, it's in direction. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so.